Good morning, my YouTube friends. Lovely to be with you today. My little corner of the world here, despite pandemics and horrible viruses, is absolutely stunning. It's sunny and as warm as toast. I guess it's probably in about the mid-70s and it's about 10:30 in the morning. Or at least that's how warm it's going to be. It already feels that lovely out there now. It's just gorgeous. It's hard to imagine that there's a virus roaming the planet trying to get us all. I feel so strange when I think about the virus. I keep forgetting it doesn't have a brain. I always think it is out to get us. Like it actually doesn't know what it's doing. It's just existing. But when I think about it, I always personalise it for some reason. Don't know why I do that. I don't normally do that. But I guess I feel like we're all under attack. And which we are, aren't we? We're under attack. So aside from that, everything's gorgeous outside. Hardly cars going past at all. It's so weirdly quiet. Very strange. Very strange out there. I hope you're all okay. Hope you're not going stir crazy from being inside. I must admit I enjoy being inside. Well, I enjoy being at home, not necessarily inside my house, but just being at home, not having to do things. Well, that's not right either, is it? Because of course I have to do things, but they're all kind of based around the house. So doing online orders is taking forever, grocery shopping. But I sort of half enjoy it because you never know what you're going to get. You really never know what you're going to get delivered or what's going to be missing or what strange substitute you might get. So to me that's a bit exciting because it's just an adventure. Just an adventure for now. Hopefully it will be over soon, but I have a feeling it won't be that soon. Anyway, we're all in the same boat, aren't we? Let me tell you why I'm here today. This is going to be my final romper review. This is number 20. I'd like to end on an even number because I like even numbers. I always feel like no one's left out if you've got an even number. Quite often when children play, if there are 3 of them, one gets left out. So I have always, since I was little, liked even numbers better than odd numbers. I know that's very strange, but that's the truth. Anyway, so we're ending on romper review number 20. And I put a warmer weight romper on her. She wouldn't normally be wearing something like, a baby wouldn't normally be wearing something like this in this beautiful weather because it's a dark grey, that pinwheel cord, that fine cord. So it's fairly thick and warm. It's very plain, it's just sleeveless, and it's got the cutest little pockets, one on either side. Let me just show you. See? There's an actual pocket there. Isn't that so cute? And it's sort of a rounded shape. That's the shape of the pocket. So I'm not sure what Lottie wants to keep in there. Maybe one of her tiny frogs that she got from our friend Kimberly in America. But at the moment there's nothing in there. Just an empty pocket. 2 empty pockets. There's exactly the same one on the other side. Because this romper's quite gender neutral, I felt like putting something very feminine underneath it. And I wouldn't normally even own something like this, but just the collar was just so beautiful. I couldn't help myself. It's a it's a large collar, but it's a very fine net and embroidered lace collar in a cream. It's all off-white. And it's a really big collar, very light though, lightweight, and I think it looks gorgeous under the dark romper. I don't know what brand it is. Sorry about that. The brand, let me think of the brand of the romper. That was, it's called Fruit of the Loom, and I think it's an Australian one. I'm pretty sure it is. I've had it for a while, so I don't remember. It's terrible, isn't it? I don't tend not to put things straight on her when I get them, because they're usually out of season, to make them cheaper. So that's her romper and it's actually a bodysuit that's under the romper with the lace collar. And then she's wearing her Princess Charlotte bonnet, like it's when wool isn't pure white, so it's like that. It's like an off-white, a winter white, a creamy colour, and she is also wearing off-white little frilly socks. I think they're probably from Next, just because Next has really good small socks. And then she's got her mayoral size 15 suede, beautiful sort of raspberry coloured Mary Jane shoes that tie up with a satin bow around her ankle, I guess you would say, or across the top of her foot. And that completes her outfit for today. So that's it for romper reviews. For now, I'll always put rompers on my babies because I love rompers, but I'll start dressing Lottie in some different things. She hasn't actually worn a dress for a long, long time, or little like dungarees for a long, long time, or what else has she got? Like she's got leggings, she's got all sorts of things. So I'm going to have fun dressing her up. I'll still use bonnets because I know there's one of my special friends here on YouTube loves bonnets, so I'll certainly be using bonnets too. Not all the time, but sometimes. What else can I tell you all about? I've had to say it's awful isn't very polite, but I don't know what the right word is. My iPhone, has a dead battery in it, and at the moment, because all the Apple shops are shut, I can't just nip down and say, please put a new battery in. So it all got very complicated, the whole process of what to do, because I would be without a phone if we sent it off. I'd just be without a phone for who knows how long, 2 weeks maybe. So I had to buy a replacement phone. So when my daughter was at the supermarket, she bought me an Android phone that cost next to nothing. So of course I don't know how it works. It's really different. And we had to back up everything from my iPhone. I think it went to the cloud. My son-in-law did all that, and I just didn't do much about that. I just told him passwords to turn the computer on and stuff like that. But so we had to do that, and that took hours and hours because I had so many photos and videos in there. It took many, many hours to do, and in the end it didn't get quite finished. So they took the phone home with them and finished up but doing the backup onto using their computer. So I guess it was all going up into the cloud, whatever that is. I mean, I know what clouds are, and I assume that somewhere in the world there's a few gigantic computers holding everybody's information. That's how I imagine what the cloud means. But anyway, so I've been trying to get used to this crazy little Android phony thing where everything is different. So it was very frustrating at first, and it still is a bit frustrating, but I'm getting more used to it. I've had it now for a day and a half, I think it is. Oh, there goes an actual vehicle. Wow. And another vehicle went past. My goodness. So it has been quite awful trying to get used to it. I don't like, I'm good when I just do the same thing over and over again. I know how to do it, and I sort of know what it means, sort of. But then when you swap to a whole new system, it's awful. Ugh, don't like it. Anyway, I shouldn't say that in front of the phone because it might stop working, mightn't it? So please, phone, just disregard everything I said. I do like you, and I'm getting used to you, so thank you for your help. So that's been happening, which has been a bit irky-perky, and it did take a long, long time, but it was fun because my grandchildren played in the back garden, and because I hadn't seen them at Easter, I got them to close their eyes and sort of hide their little heads while they were in the garden, and I got handfuls of, I bought a big bag of the tiny weeny chocolate Easter eggs, the solid ones, all different coloured wrappings, and so I threw them all over the garden. I stayed up on the deck and threw them down, and they went hunting. It was really, really good fun. I knew how many I threw down, so it was okay. We kept track to make sure they found them all. So that was really good fun, and made some pizza for them to eat when they got hungry. And my daughter was there, so, I got to talk to her. And my poor son-in-law was doing the work. He had to fix my kitchen tap as well. That was getting looser and looser and looser. It's the kind that you can, maybe all taps are like this now, but I've got it's an old actual sink. It's a beautiful It's perfect, of course. It's got the two basins. What I mean by perfect, of course, nothing ever happened to those kind of sinks. It's just a metal one. Yeah, just a metal normal sink. But it's got two full-sized, I said basin, but I don't know if that's what you would call them. The bit that you do the washing of the dishes in, it's got two full-size ones of those, so I love it. So when I got my new kitchen, which was, 16 years ago, I still think of it as the new kitchen. Anyway, so when that happened, I asked to keep the same sink, because these days they don't make sinks with the two big washing up, what do you call them? Sinks, I suppose, in them. They usually have one big one and one sort of little narrow one, and I wanted to keep it. So it's wonderful. Now what was... Oh, yeah, and I got a new tap at that stage, of course, when I got the new kitchen. And it just swings from side to side, so you can put water in either of the sinks. But over time, it was gradually getting so loose that I was scared the whole thing was going to just fly off, and then I'd have water squirting all over the kitchen and no one to come and help me because of the virus. So luckily my darling son-in-law was able to... It wasn't that big a deal. He just had to kind of hold on to the spout bit, which is a big high curved thing, and then underneath he had to tighten a little... a bolt, I guess it was. So that's fixed. So he did that for me. He also had to change the time on my clock, which is above the sink. It's out of my reach, so I can never change it when the time, when we end or start daylight saving. So he did that for me. So that was really good, helpful boy. So, I don't know what else to tell you. Tonight I have to do this strange teleconference thing for work, so that's going to be a bit of an adventure. I've had to do a couple of webinars which involved like 50 or 60 people, so I guess that's different to a teleconference. We have a phone number to ring and then a PIN number to give, and then apparently we'll be in. So that's a bit of an adventure for tonight. And I guess that's about it. I think that might be all I have to add. Nothing much has been happening basically, aside from what I've told you. I think that might be all. So I'll say goodbye, and Lottie says a big goodbye and lots of love to all of you. She thanks you for coming and joining her in our romper review, and soon you'll see her dressed in something else in my next video. So thank you everyone. Oh, I know, one more thing. Of course there's always one more thing. What would one of my videos be without one more thing? I've got all the painting and the varnishing done on my beautiful Corvin. Absolutely love that kit. Love, love, love him. So I'm going to start his hair, and I think I'll start it today. I think I'll be able to do that. So that's my extra bit of news. So on that note, I will say goodbye to you all, and thank you very much for being here. Lottie and I send you our love and kisses, and we'll see you all very soon. I hope you're all taking care and are safe, and bunkering down in your houses, and just trying not to go out too much. Okay, hopefully one day the world will get back to a bit more like we used to know it, when things were easy, when you could just go out to your letterbox and bring the mail in. Now it's just like a complicated exercise, isn't it? It's like you have to draw up battle plans to bring your mail in, and then disinfect it, and then not open it until you're sure it's all, the time has passed when there's nothing left on the inside. Even if you disinfect the outside, you have to think about the inside too. Anyway, my darlings, thank you very much for being here. I really will say goodbye now. I love you all, and take care everybody. Bye bye.